Well, let's get more on that story now, the report and the illegal settlements. And we're joined by Jeff Halper. He's covering the story from Jerusalem. Jeff, thank you very much for joining us. It is only a draft report that's been seen at the moment, but what do you make of it and what's included in it?
There's nothing in it. It's really kind of a non-story. Here you get the quartet, which is the United States, Russia, Europe, and the UN, that basically say we need a two-state solution, Israel should stop building settlements, and the Palestinians should stop inciting to violence. This is stuff we've heard for the last 50 years. There's nothing new. And as long as there's no sanctions, as long as the international community says to Israel, stop settlements, but if you don't, we're not going to sanction you, then why should Israel stop? In other words, it's a bland document. It's conflict management and not conflict resolution. It says nothing new whatsoever. And of course, one of the big problems with it is that it presents a false symmetry, both sides, as if really the Palestinians are equal to the Israelis in their ability to negotiate or to bring forward a peace process. It refuses to hold Israel accountable, and that's the problem.
Is it not significant that there is a united front here from the international community, that there is a shift in the tone and that perhaps Israel is becoming increasingly isolated?
No, the tone is very bland. As a matter of fact, the reason this report's been delayed and delayed and delayed is because Israel has had a great role in writing it. It was written by the Americans, basically. Israel is very happy with the report. If you look at the Israeli newspapers today, they talk about how disappointed the Palestinians are with the report. It's bland. Yeah, all right, it says Israel should really stop building settlements in Area C, but that's about as bad as it gets. So as long as there's no threat of sanctions and no real idea of how we're going to progress, it's just meaningless. And of course, the whole thing is on the two-state solution, which everybody knows is gone. It's a dead and gone solution, two states, and so they're locked in a irrelevant framework and concept and process. And it's just process for the sake of process.
So you don't feel that this is the beginning then of perhaps the international community slowly starting to put more pressure on Israel?
No, there's no pressure whatsoever. I mean, that's one of the notable things about this report. There's no pressure whatsoever. It blames the Palestinians for violence, which is a terrible thing to do to oppressed people who've been living for 50 years under occupation. And again, it criticizes Israel. Okay, you should stop building settlements. People have been saying that for 50 years already. But as long as there's no sanctions, then who's going to, let's say Israel continues to build settlements. Who cares? Nobody's going to sanction Israel. And so the whole thing is just another document on a pile of about 1,000 other reports that have come out over the last 50 years. Nothing's changed.
Okay.
It really shows the bankruptcy
Jeff,
of the international community from my point of view. The fact that this little country of Israel can hold Europe, the United States, the UN, and Russia hostage. They can't do anything. They're paralyzed to make Israel get out of this little occupied territory, I think shows the bankruptcy of the international community.
Okay, Jeff, thank you very much for your thoughts. Jeff Halper there. Thank you for your time.